In this video, I'm going to talk to you about offer optimization, specifically what's called value stacking. I'm going to show you how to take this boring offer and I'm going to show you how to turn it into something that is irresistible. And to do it, I'm going to use a traditional high-ticket fitness coach's offer, a healthy eating plan, some sort of exercise plan, personal coaching, and maybe some kind of community. I'm going to show you how to take it and make it look from this and turn it into this. And the way that we're going to do that is by breaking down what I call this problems to solutions grid. What we're going to do is we're going to take all the components of your offer and I'm going to show you how to identify all the problems that go along with it. And then we're going to turn that into content. This will allow you to literally have an unlimited amount of content. Let me show you an example of what I mean. Healthy eating plan. Inside of this, you've got grocery shopping where you don't know what to buy, you don't have time to shop, it's confusing, it's overwhelming, it takes too long, inconvenient. You see what I mean? It's too expensive. Healthy food costs too much. I can't afford it. It takes too much time away from the family. I'm exhausted when I get home. This is just one component, the program here. We haven't even talked about all the other components, right? So we're just talking about healthy eating. What is important for you to understand is that all the content that you produce in your ads and your organic social content, it should be knocking down these objectives by you producing the content. So for example, I don't know, there might be 15, 20 different concepts here. You could do a video on not knowing what to buy, showing them what to buy. Don't have the time to shop, show them how to do it quickly. Confusing and overwhelming, make it simple for them. You see what I'm getting at? So you literally can create unlimited content just by identifying the problems that people have. But what we want to do is we want to use the problems in a way to turn our offer into something that is more attractive right off the bat. And how we do that is by just identifying the problems and creating the solutions. And you could literally take all of these that are here and you could create solutions for them in your offer, but it can get a little overwhelming, right? We want to create something that is simple, that looks fairly attractive, right? And looks like this. So the way that we're going to do that is by this problems to solutions grid, okay? Here's how we're going to do it, all right? We're going to take our problems on one side, and then on the other side, we're going to create the components of the solution. So let's go with healthy eating plan. Done for you shopping list, sent weekly. How to eat healthy for less than $7 per day. How to prepare meals in 10 minutes. How to get the family to love eating healthy. Where did these come from? They came from, obviously, the things that we had identified in some of the problems that people have in the healthy eating plan problems list that we created. These are just examples. I'm not saying that these would be the perfect ones. You know your market better than anyone, but you see how this is attractive? Rather than just saying healthy eating plan, I'm going to give you a done for you shopping list. That could be a great lead magnet by itself. How to eat healthy for less than $7 per day. That's a great lead magnet by itself. You could splinter these out into lead magnets to bring people in as well, but we're going to use them to value stack and create more value just by giving people insight. We're not saying anything that's overinflated or that's untrue. What we're doing is we're just giving people insight, deeper insight into our offer so that they can see how much value that they really get out of this. Look at the exercise plan, right? They don't know what to do, so we're going to give them 3 exercises for the perfect butt. That was just an example, okay? There's no gym membership, the perfect 15-minute home workout. It's too hard to stick with. A simple 90-day exercise plan with support. There's no time. Brand new 15-minute workout plan. By identifying the objection, by identifying the problem and creating the solution in the offer, what are we doing here? We're pre-framing the sale. By the time people get on the phone, you should have knocked down all their objections with the components of your offer. That's the purpose of this. Look at personal coaching. Never had a coach before. How to get fit and stay that way. Too expensive. The real cost of obesity. Need to talk to someone or talk to a spouse. The perfect health journey for couples. That's how you take a boring offer and you turn it into an attractive offer. And we don't have to stop here. We can also now add bonuses, other bonuses. We can take some of those additional problems that we identified that we didn't add into the value stack, and we can put them into bonuses. So a guide to eating healthy, a family Zoom call, healthy eating budget calculator, weight loss tracking templates. These are just examples, okay? But as you see here, what we've done is we've taken a very basic, the hum offer, healthy eating plan, exercise plan, personal coaching, community, and we've turned it into a stacked offer that is irresistible. We can even take it a level further and offer guarantees on the back end to this as well. And the way that you do this is either with unconditional money back guarantees, which I don't recommend. I'll talk about what I recommend in a second. Conditional guarantees or performance-based guarantees. And conditional and performance-based are fairly similar. And basically what I would recommend is you put conditions or performance-based guarantees in place. So for example, let's say you're doing this fitness offer and you have someone who comes in and they say, I want a guarantee. And you say, okay, if you follow my plan to the T, for the next, let's say your program is 4 months long, for the next 16 weeks, and you attend every call and you attend every check-in and you fulfill every homework and you follow the meal plan exactly and you follow the exercise plan exactly and you map it, you track it, and you share all that tracking with me. If by the end of this program, you haven't reached your goal, then I will work with you until you do. That's a good performance conditional guarantee. Others might be examples of, maybe you offer a free course. I do this with mine. If you go through my entire program and this hasn't helped you optimize your business by an extra 10%, I'll give you your money back, kind of a thing. But they got to go through the entire program for a year and be in the program. But I do that just to take away the objection, take away that. Now, one little tip on guarantees. Don't make guarantees the backbone to everything. They really shouldn't even be offered unless people need it. This is especially focused towards more the high ticket coaches, coaching plans, consulting packages. You shouldn't advertise guarantees. You shouldn't need to, okay? If you're doing low ticket, you have a membership offer like I have, then absolutely you can talk about guarantees, and you should, because you're trying to get people to buy on the page. But you shouldn't be talking about guarantees in a coaching program because they can tend to bring the less quality client, and that's not what you want. What you want are people who are committed, and they should be motivated by their own goals and aspirations rather than just your guarantee alone. Another component you can add to your offer to help with optimization is urgency and scarcity. And there are people who overcomplicate this by trying to make it fake. You don't need to. You can create urgency in a lot of different, very authentic ways. One is seasonal. Obviously Black Friday or holidays or New Year's or March Madness or, spring, or summer sizzler or back to school. I mean, I just went all the way around the year. So you can use seasonal urgency, but put real limitations in place. Put real things that are expiring. Okay, don't offer the same guarantee every month, or your email list, your contact list, social following they'll become numb to it. Okay. Event urgency is very simple. If you're doing a live training, it kind of takes care of itself. Promotional urgency, so things around pricing, bonuses, etc. One thing I'd be careful of, I'm not a huge fan of discounts. Okay. What I have seen work very well are scholarships and giveaways. And these can do very, very well, but you don't have to give everyone a scholarship. You can give everyone a partial scholarship who applies for it that you feel warrants it. Right? So you're not talking about a discount, you're talking about a scholarship, but that they have to apply for. They have to get on a call to redeem it. There's actions that they have to take, so they have to make a commitment of some kind. Offer urgency, offers changing, going away. Again, make this authentic, don't make it fake. Space scarcity. This is a big one for those of you who are in the coaching space. It is 100% okay to say you only have space for a certain amount of people, because that is true. Now, don't say I only have room for one more person when you have room for 30 more people. Just don't put a number on it. Okay. If you're on a call with someone and you're talking and you're saying, listen, we only have so much space in our program, so I want to make sure that you're right for this. Or if you're doing it, a call to action on a VSL and you're talking about your offer, you can tell people that, hey, we only like to work with a certain kind of person because we only have so much space. We only have so many client success managers or account managers or coaches, whatever you call your team. That should be legitimate. Right? Because if you're doing one-to-one coaching, every coach only has a certain amount of space. Now, you might have a lot of capacity, but that doesn't mean that you can't use space scarcity. Then you can limit the supply of bonuses. Like the first 10 people that take this action, I do this a lot in webinars. The first X number of people that buy will get this, right? And add something special to it, like a private VIP session just with you, or a personal audit. I'll do that with mine. When I do for my Elite Marketer Academy, I will do like a webinar, and when it's live, it's a real live webinar. I'll say, for the first 10 people that enroll, I'm going to do a private onboarding one-to-one with you where I'll audit your business, go through it A to Z, and I'll show you exactly what I would do if I were you. And that works really, really well for me. So these are some ways that you can turn a boring offer into an attractive offer. And I guarantee you guys, it's going to make a big, big difference. If you can display this on your VSL, inside your content, your VSL, when you're talking about your offer, when people go to your pages to learn about what you do, you need to display this. Whereas most people, hey, I'm a fitness coach. Okay. Well, what does that mean? What do I get for that? How does this benefit me? This is the way that you do it, through this value stacking. So hopefully that was useful to you. Please let me know if you got some value from this, or maybe let me know how you add value to your offers. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great one. We'll see you in the next training.